What's up, Wrestlingverse family? Welcome back to the channel where we break down all the action, all the drama, and all the shocking moments from WWE. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that button right now and turn on notifications because what happened on Smackdown tonight is absolutely insane and you need to hear about it. Tonight on Smackdown, we witnessed one of the most shocking interferences in recent memory. Damien Priest just cost Aleister Black his championship match against Ilja Dragunov in a moment that has changed everything. This wasn't just a simple distraction. This was personal, it was brutal, and it has massive implications for everyone involved. So stick around because we're breaking down the entire match, the shocking interference, why it happened, and what this means for the future of SmackDown. This is going to be good, so let's dive right in. Alright, Wrestlingverse family, let me set the stage for this incredible championship match. Aleister Black earned this opportunity by winning a number 1 contenders match weeks ago. He fought through multiple opponents, proved he deserved the shot, and tonight was supposed to be his moment to capture championship gold. Ilja Dragunov, the champion, is one of the toughest and most intense competitors in all of WWE. He's proven time and time again that he's willing to go to war, to push his body to the absolute limit, and to do whatever it takes to retain his championship. Everyone knew that this match against Aleister Black was going to be an absolute battle. The atmosphere in the arena was electric from the moment both men made their entrances. Aleister Black came out with that dark, mysterious presence that makes him so captivating. The crowd was behind him, believing that tonight might be the night he finally captures championship gold in WWE. The energy was incredible. Ilja Dragunov entered like the warrior he is, championship held high, ready to prove once again why he's the champion. The intensity in his eyes, the determination in his walk, everything about him screamed that he was ready for war. When these two locked eyes in the ring, you could feel the tension and anticipation. The match itself was absolutely phenomenal from the opening bell. These two went back and forth with incredible strikes, innovative offense, and a level of intensity that had the crowd on their feet. Aleister's striking ability combined with Dragunov's never-say-die attitude created magic in that ring. Aleister was hitting black mass attempts that Dragunov barely avoided. The champion was delivering his devastating chops and strikes that echoed throughout the arena. Near falls had the crowd gasping. Both men were giving everything they had, and it was clear that this match was living up to the hype. This was championship caliber wrestling at its finest. The momentum swung back and forth multiple times. There were moments where it looked like Aleister was about to capture the title. He had Dragunov in trouble, the crowd was rallying behind him, and victory seemed within reach. The commentators were calling it like it could go either way at any moment. And then everything changed. As Aleister was setting up for what could have been the match-winning Black Mass, Damien Priest's music hit. The crowd erupted in shock as the Archer of Infamy made his way to the ring. Nobody expected him to be here, nobody knew what he was doing, and the confusion was immediate. Aleister Black was visibly distracted by Priest's appearance. He stopped what he was doing and stared at Damien, trying to understand why his former ally was here. The history between these two made this even more shocking. They had been allies, they had fought together, and seeing Priest here during Aleister's biggest match raised so many questions. Damien Priest walked slowly down the ramp with purpose and intensity in every step. He wasn't rushing, he wasn't being subtle, he wanted everyone to know he was there. The referee was trying to maintain order while Aleister was torn between finishing the match and dealing with Priest's presence. That split second of distraction was all Ilja Dragunov needed. The champion, showing the ring awareness and opportunistic nature that makes him great, capitalized on Aleister's momentary lapse. He grabbed Black from behind and delivered a devastating move that sent shockwaves through the arena. But Damien Priest wasn't done. As the referee was distracted trying to restore order, Priest slid into the ring and absolutely destroyed Aleister Black. He hit his finishing move, South of Heaven, with devastating impact. Aleister crashed to the mat, completely blindsided by someone he once considered an ally. Priest slid out of the ring just as quickly as he entered, leaving no evidence for the referee who had turned back around. Ilja Dragunov, whether he wanted the help or not, covered the fallen Aleister Black. The referee counted 1, 2, 3, and just like that, the match was over. Dragunov retained his championship, but the real story was what Damien Priest had just done. The crowd was in absolute shock. Fans were booing, some were confused, and everyone was trying to process what they had just witnessed. Aleister Black laid in the ring, devastated not just by the loss but by the betrayal. His championship opportunity, the moment he had worked so hard for, was stolen by Damien Priest. Damien stood at the top of the ramp with a cold, calculated look on his face. No remorse, no explanation, just the satisfaction of costing Aleister Black everything. He stared at the ring as medical personnel checked on Aleister, making it clear that this attack was personal and intentional. Now let's talk about the history between Damien Priest and Aleister Black because it makes this betrayal even more shocking. These two have known each other for years. They've been allies, they've tagged together, and they've had mutual respect for each other's abilities. They shared similar dark aesthetics and fighting styles that made them natural partners. But recently, there had been tension brewing between them. Small disagreements, different philosophies about how to approach their careers, and subtle signs that their alliance was fracturing. But nobody expected it would come to this. Nobody thought Damien would cost Aleister the biggest match of his career. From Damien Priest's perspective, this attack might have been about jealousy and frustration. Aleister was getting championship opportunities while Damien felt overlooked. Aleister was being positioned in main events while Damien was struggling to find his place. That resentment clearly built up until it exploded tonight. The way Damien executed this interference shows that it was premeditated. He knew exactly when to strike, how to avoid being caught by the referee, and how to inflict maximum damage both physically and emotionally. This wasn't a heat-of-the-moment decision, this was calculated revenge. For Aleister Black, this loss is devastating on multiple levels. He lost the championship match, which means he might not get another opportunity for a long time. But worse than that, he was betrayed by someone he trusted. The emotional pain of that betrayal might hurt more than any physical damage. Aleister's reaction in the ring after the match was heartbreaking. You could see the confusion, the anger, and the betrayal written all over his face. He looked up at Damien on the ramp, trying to understand why this happened, but receiving no answers. That's powerful storytelling that makes fans emotionally invested. For Ilja Dragunov, this creates an interesting situation. He retained his championship, but not cleanly. The victory will always have an asterisk because of Damien Priest's interference. Does Dragunov feel like he needed help? Does this bother his warrior pride? Or does he not care as long as he's still champion? These questions add depth to his character. The WWE Universe's reaction has been intense. Social media exploded the moment Damien attacked Aleister. Fans are expressing shock, anger at Priest, and sympathy for Aleister. The discussion has been non-stop, with everyone debating whether there were signs leading up to this betrayal. Many fans are praising the storytelling and the surprise element. In an era where spoilers and leaks are common, this interference genuinely shocked people. That unpredictability is what makes wrestling exciting, and WWE delivered a moment that nobody saw coming. Fellow WWE superstars have been reacting to what happened as well. Some are condemning Damien's actions, while others are staying neutral, not wanting to get involved. The locker room dynamics have shifted, and everyone is wondering if Aleister will seek immediate revenge or if this feud will build slowly. Let's talk about what this means going forward. We now have a red-hot feud between Damien Priest and Aleister Black. These two have history, they have similar styles, and now they have real heat. The matches between them are going to be dark, intense, and absolutely brutal. Aleister Black will want revenge, and he'll want it badly. The man who cost him his championship opportunity needs to pay. We could see weeks of Aleister hunting Damien, trying to get payback for what happened. Every encounter between them will be must-see television. Damien Priest has now firmly established himself as a top heel. By costing Aleister Black his dream, he's created genuine heat with the audience. Fans will want to see him get his comeuppance, which makes him an effective villain. This turn could be the best thing for his career. The championship picture is also affected. Does Aleister Black get another shot at Ilja Dragunov, or does he have to go through Damien Priest first? Does Dragunov defend against a new challenger while Aleister and Damien settle their issues? The booking possibilities are numerous and all interesting. There's also the question of whether this was a one-time attack or the beginning of something bigger. Is Damien Priest working alone, Or is there someone pulling the strings? Could this be the start of a new faction or alliance? Wrestling always has layers, and this situation could develop in unexpected ways. The match quality before the interference deserves recognition. Aleister Black and Ilja Dragunov were putting on an absolute classic. The storytelling, the near falls, the intensity, everything was clicking. It's a shame the finish was tainted, but it also makes you want to see these two go at it again. SmackDown's roster just got more interesting with this development. The show now has a compelling feud that fans will follow, matches they'll want to see, and storylines that create anticipation. One moment of interference has created weeks or even months of content. The production and camera work during the interference was excellent. The timing of capturing Damien's entrance, the shot of Aleister's face showing betrayal, and the aftermath showing all three men's reactions, all of it contributed to making the moment feel important and impactful. This also shows WWE's commitment to long-term storytelling. The history between Damien and Aleister, the subtle tensions building up, and the payoff tonight demonstrate that WWE is thinking ahead and planting seeds for future stories. That's the kind of booking that creates investment. For newer fans who might not know the full history between these two, this creates an opportunity to go back and watch their previous interactions. It makes the WWE archives valuable and gives context to why this betrayal matters so much. Good storytelling rewards longtime viewers while being accessible to new ones. The emotional stakes are high in this feud. It's not just about wins and losses, it's about betrayal, trust, and revenge. Those emotional elements are what make wrestling more than just athletic competition. When viewers care about the characters and their motivations, they're invested in the outcomes. Alright, Wrestling vs. Family, that's the complete breakdown of how Damien Priest cost Aleister Black his championship match against Ilja Dragunov on SmackDown. This was a night that changed everything, and we just witnessed the birth of what's going to be an incredible feud. Now I need to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Were you shocked by Damien's interference? Do you think Aleister deserves another title shot? What should happen between these two former allies? Let's discuss. If you enjoyed this breakdown of tonight's SmackDown highlights, smash that like button. It helps the algorithm push our content to more wrestling fans. And if you're not subscribed to Wrestling vs. CC, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our coverage. Share this video with your wrestling friends so everyone can discuss this shocking turn of events. Let's get the entire wrestling community talking about what Damien Priest just did. Thank you so much for watching. Wrestling vs. Family. SmackDown delivered tonight, and this story is just getting started. Until next time, stay shocked, stay engaged, and keep being the best wrestling fans in the world. Peace.